Joe is a ponder and a pump spell away from winning this game. He's going to do attack for 2 on this turn, dropping Matt to 7 infect. And then with only 3 left, if Joe has any pump spell, if he hits a revenge, if he has a mutagenic growth, a titanic growth, anything, this game is all but over.
So Joe decides he's going to ponder before he attacks, wants to see if he can hit something here. Maybe he top decked a mutagenic growth, and if he finds another one, he can close the game out. That would be all 4 mutagenic growths needed to do that, but you never know.
I've drawn 4 of the same card before.
I have also done that.
All right, so Joe top decks, or takes off of that ponder. He keeps, ooh, he found a cathedral.
Cathedral 4.
That's not going to up his clock, but it's going to help him just with, oh, wow.
That is going to increase his clock, actually.
Yes, that is.
And in he comes now for 4 infectious points of damage.
And that just seals the deal. Matt is drawing dead. He has to deal with 2 different creatures, along with trying to build a board presence. So if Matt ever taps out, that Inkmoth is lethal.
Yeah, so now, Matt going to have to deal with essentially a 5-power trampler, because this thing gets +2/+2 if you block it.
That is not going to do it.
Yeah, Vampire Nighthawk, yes, it does have lifelink, but you don't really need life when your opponent is infecting you to death. And being tapped out, Matt Turnbull, dead on board, multiple fronts, can just attack with this Ichorclaw Mirror and win. Can also activate this Inkmoth Nexus and win. Going to be really difficult now for Matt. So Joe here deciding whether or not he wants to win. Decides yes he does, and Inkmoth Nexus being activated, goes to combat. Oh, does not go to combat. Artful dodges the Ichorclaw Mirror. Artful dodges the Inkmoth Nexus, and in they come.
I don't know what mana he used for that, but
I don't even know what happened. Did not pay mana for that, but I mean, he does have the mana available. There's a Hinterland Harbor untapped, so.
And that's the game. So let's check Matt's sideboard. His deck is unique. Let's see if he's got any sideboard for this matchup. He does have almost every slot as a disruption or removal spell, except for 2 more Stormcook Nobles to get to the set when you play against a human deck. He has 2 Killing Waves, 3 Doomblades, 2 Duress, 2 Arc Trails, 2 Gutshots, 2 Dismembers. Pretty much, he can just kill all the things.
The problem is that even with all of these removal spells in his sideboard, most of them are sorcery speed. And
well, he does have 2 Dismembers and 2 Gutshots and 3 Doomblades. They're all instant speed. 7 instant speed removal spells. That's a lot.
I think post-board it's definitely much
After
better
4 Tragic Slips, with the 1 Olivia to just lock the game out. I want to see Olivia one time, Matt. Show us an Olivia.
Yeah, now, interesting choice here from Joe. Joe has chosen to not have Spellskite anywhere in his 75.
Well, when you're running Artful Dodge and you're trying to get him that way, why do you need it? What does Spellskite do?
It's a good question.
I mean, it does all the things, actually. It is a great way...
It's a robot.
It is a robot.
Maybe it can't even tell you what it's going to do.
I don't think it can tell you because it's a
robot.
But yeah, most of the time Infect decks like having Spellskite in their sideboards to allow them to play around removal spells in game 2s, because most other decks will have more removal spells that will slow the game down. So having a Spellskite, even though it's slow and you can't just race them anymore, you're not trying to race, you're trying to beat them through all their disruption because they'll have better pinpoint disruption. So he's just ignoring it. He's like, you know what? Nope, I'm still just going to play the same game plan. I'm just going to be faster. That's what he wants. He just wants to be faster.
Yeah, I mean, he has Apostle's Blessing, so that's one way to...
And he has Bladed Age. He has a lot of unblockability. So he doesn't, he's thinking like, I'll just have more creatures and I will use them and sneak them through. So more power to him. Let's see if it works. It's going to be a tough road ahead of him.
Mana to cooperate also.
Yes.
And that's a tall order for a deck like this. Remember, we're talking about a deck that has 8 blue sources and 10 green sources. I wouldn't.
I couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it. Could not pull the trigger on that. That is scary stuff. I
mean, I guess I do pull the trigger on crazy control decks, but that mana is really consistent. But yeah, so we have blue-green Infect on the left, black-red Vampires on the right, but what I want you guys to do is to let us know what deck you think is going to win this tournament. So tweet at SCG Live, yeah, hashtag SCG Live, at SCG Live. I use Twitter, but I'm very bad at it. And let us know what deck you think is going to win this tournament, or what decks you guys want to watch this weekend. See what we got in the room. I haven't done an over, walked around and seen what's out there, but I do want to try to find the interesting decks, except for the one that I did place in the tournament. I put a ticking time bomb out there in my friend's hand. We'll see if it explodes. Man, if he wins this tournament,
that'd be pretty awesome.
You guys can't see my
endless rest.
You guys can't see my face right now, but it's smiling.
Did he win the first round?
I don't know. We've been sitting here the whole time. We haven't went out there into the muck and seen what's going on. So turn 1 Glistener out for Joe.
That's exactly what he wants here. Matt.
A forest.
Yeah, a forest. Very, very nice turn 1 from Joe. Joe, again, with only 6 ways to cast that Glistener Elf on turn 1 in his deck.
But he's only got 4 Glistener Elves, so.
And that Hinterland Harbor.
So we have perfect mana. So what do you do if you're Joe? You reposition the Glistener Elf, get a better angle to attack, and send it in. And just throw out the Titanic Growth.
That is, I mean...
Oh!
Woof.
Alright, we're just going all in.
And I mean, it hits.
And it hits. Alright, so
some people might have been scared to do that, but Joe here, no fear whatsoever, getting in for 7 infect damage, and just like that, Matt is potentially just 1 attack away
Doesn't
from being
have
dead.
another land.
Doesn't have another land again, and Joe could just go for the victory here, but...
Does he have lethal? Does he have 3 points of infect to turn 3 kill his opponent?
I think he does, and I mean, if he has the Apostle's Blessing also, then
yeah, so that's 1. Now, if we just have 1 more Mutagenic Growth, 1 more way to do something. Oh!
And here he's going to get 2 for 1.
That's game.
Oh, no. Wow.
Wow, he didn't draw any of his removals.
Matt chose to keep a hand with no removal spells. That's, again, very interesting. I mean, if you don't have the mana to cast any of the creatures in your hand that can block, and